What's up, everybody? Well, for those of you that have been watching my channel for some time now, have been seeing me posting a lot of videos of lawn and garden equipment, and some people think I might have lost interest in vacuums nowadays. Well, I'm here to tell you, you're wrong. I still have an interest in vacuums, although I never get as much as I used to because I'm trying to save money for college. But now, I am back here and here to show you the crown jewel of my vacuum collection. This is a vacuum I've been wanting to get for years now, ever since I was like 9 years old. Right here, I have got a Hoover Z700 upright vacuum. Hoover marketed this as an SUV, Sport Utility Vacuum for short. And I remember this being sold at Best Buy, which was Hoover's high quality item back then. And not too many people know this, but this was actually made before TTI, that cheap Chinese company that makes today's Eurekas and Dirt Devils, and now today's junk Hoover Wind Tunnel T-Series, the Max, the newer Wind Tunnel 2s and Wind Tunnel 3s, and even some of the older wind tunnels, the Tempo Wide Path and the Wind Tunnel Self-Propelled, or any of the Anniversary Series wind tunnels were under the TTI name. The older ones are not bad, it's just today's TTI manufacturer compared nothing to these Maytags, and this is a Maytag branded Hoover. Not too many people know this because there is a lot of cheapness here and there, and Hoover really put a lot of thought into designing this vacuum, but there are some things they kind of left out here. And first off, this is how it looks like in its folded position. To get it out of the folded position, there is a kind of a little trick that you guys need to know. For those of you who think they'll permanently be stuck like this, just simply pull this out, lift back on the handle, and then pull straight up. And then lean it back so the back locks in place. And now it's sitting in its upright position. So, let me give you a walk around of it. The Z700 was the top of the line in the Hoover Z series. The reason why this is high end is because, for one, it has these cool looking LED headlights on the front. And it has a little setting for a gentle brush. The Z400, which was the lower end version of this, didn't have the gentle brush setting or the LED headlights. But this is a very sought after machine as far as vacuum collecting is concerned. These things may not perform the best, especially when you're using the tools on them, but the performance of and agitation of the brush roll more than make up for that. I use this and the carpet cleaning performance is amazing. And that's thanks to the aggressive agitation of the brush roll. So, let me go ahead and show you around. Right here is your little lock here for your extendable, for your release wand. You unlock that and you could pull this straight out. And you have a little end here that rotates around so you don't have to worry about kinks in the hose. And also your little wand here is extendable. I usually like to leave it in the middle setting when it's set into the vacuum. And you push this lock all the way in, and that'll lock it in place. And right here is the dirt cup. This is a bagless vacuum for those of you who are first looking at this. And this is the way the bagless chamber is designed. Basically, the dirt flows in right there. All the heavy particles fall to the bottom there. Some of the small fine particles get trapped on this little filter screen right there. And then the rest of the very fine dust particles will fall down in there. Also, what this vacuum has is a nice little self-cleaning filter. The way it works is while the vacuum's running, this thing actually rotates, and there are little metal picks in there that pick at the filter in order to spin all the dust off the filter. Although it really doesn't work too well, because eventually you will have to take it out and clean it yourself. But this is the same feature that the older Wind Tunnel 2 has on their bagless vacuums, which I do like the concept of it. It just didn't really work too well. I think multi-cyclonic technology would have been a much better go for them to design this. So anyway, to get the dust cup, there's a little trick you have to do. You actually have to push up on the bottom, then put the little plastic ring around the top. And let's go ahead and show you around the side here. Right here is where the cord is mounted, and also your onboard tools. For some reason, it only comes with a crevice tool and a dusting brush. It doesn't come with an upholstery tool. And you also do have a pet hair turbo brush that is included. This, however, is not the original. I actually took this from my anniversary Wind Tunnel self-propelled. It's the same design, so it fits right in place. Because the original one that came with it was actually the bagless wind tunnels, or the self-propelled wind tunnels turbo brush that had this little translucent blue cover over the top. It was having issues, so I kind of decided to throw in this one in for the demonstration. And like I said, right here is the cord. Let me go ahead and release that. And one thing I would like to say, for a vacuum that's as high-tech as this is, I'm very surprised that it has a conventional wraparound cord. Heck, if I were the one designing this, I would want this to at least have a retractable cord. That way you could get the more high-end feel. But unfortunately, since that costs so much for the Hoover company, they just decided to make it a conventional wraparound cord. Plug it in right here. And before I show this thing running, I would like to point out that when you're using this vacuum and you recline it back into its cleaning position, there is actually a little suction diverter inside that, when it's sitting in its upright position, it diverts all the suction going through the hose. And then when you recline it back, the little diverter switches all the power to the vacuum head, which is kind of nice. It's kind of like the way the Dysons operate, and even the bagless wind tunnels of that same era. But first, let me go ahead and show you the underside. I'm not too sure if many people show the undersides of the Z400s or Z700s, but this is how it looks like underneath. Sorry, I've been using it quite a bit. That's why you see a little bit of debris on the brush roll. But anyway, this is the brush roll design. It's your typical Cleveland Wood Products brush roll. Very nice and stiff bristles. And there is also an electronic motor inside there that runs to this little serpentine style belt that has like little rivets inside there. I've looked up the belt online, so I believe this might be Hoover's design of a lifetime belt, but eventually sometimes that will need to be replaced. But anyway, that motor inside that runs the belt for the brush roll turns on and off depending on where you set your carpet height setting to. And we'll go ahead and show you the model number right here. Model U9145-900. 120 volts, 60 hertz. It's a 12 amp motor. And this is a very nice vacuum. You also do have a sealed post-motor filter inside there. And now we'll go ahead and show you this baby running. You can switch on, the power switch is right here. There it is. It sounds like a jet engine when it starts. It starts out slow, then slowly revs up. There's the self-cleaning filter cleaning itself. You will hear a faint little clicking sound, and that's the metal ticks picking at the filter. Gets switching some dust around. There's some little LED headlights there on the front. They look much better when it's dark. We're going to just turn that off. This is what the headlights look like in the dark. Anyhow, you have your different settings for hard surface. That ensures that your brush roll is off. Then low, medium, and high pile carpet. I like to run it at medium for the pile of my carpet. And this little section right here is actually little indicators that will light up, indicating something's wrong with the vacuum, whether it be the filter's clogged, there's a block in the suction for the hose, or that the brush roll needs service. So now let's go and get cleaning here. You recline it back. All the suction diverts to the hose, and the brush roll turns on. The vacuum is actually very quiet when you're using it. One thing I would like to show you is that when you put it to hard surfaces, it shuts the brush roll off, so you can safely clean at your bare floors. And I'll go ahead and demonstrate that. Also, when you're in your carpet mode, if you push the gentle brush setting, it actually turns the whole motor on low speed, and then the brush roll motor goes down with it, so you can safely clean at your low pile area rugs. Then you press it again, it shuts off and reverts to its normal power. And that was that. And before I go, I'll go ahead and demonstrate the vacuum in tool mode. The easiest way you can do to put it into canister mode is put it in the little Z fold. You just Just pull the little clip and it folds right into its little folding position. I kind of find it cool that Hoover said to call this a Z, because when it's folded up it looks like a Z, or Z for you Canadians who watch my channel. So anyway, let's go and get the tools. The only problem is when you open this up, the dusting brush sometimes likes to fall out. Come in there, around there. Make sure the cord doesn't get tangled up. Alright, now you have it in tool mode. Now, as I stated before, the suction is really not high. It probably hasn't as much suction as my direct air Hoover Elites do in tool mode, which for that is really poor for a bagless vacuum like this. You can extend your wand. If you need to get one of your tools, you can do that as such. Like here's the dusting brush. And the tool door just got hit and closed shut. Alright. I'm going to put that back in its place. And now for the crevice tool. And lastly, we'll go ahead and show you the pet hair turbo tool. And there's the dusting brush falling out again. Put that back in. So anyway, I'm just going to show you that spinning. See, it doesn't spin very fast. That's just how low the suction is on this. And for that particular reason, this is why I wish they would have just offered just a conventional upholstery tool for this, because that pet hair tool really doesn't work well. And one more thing I would like to show you. Oops, it just popped out of its Z-fold. Hope I didn't damage anything. But anyway, I want to show you just how long this hose is. I just set it right over there. And I'm almost on the other side of the room. That's just how long the hose is. It's very good for reaching up the stairs. Let's go ahead and lock that back in its place. Well, then I hope you all enjoyed this video of the Hoover Z700. Don't forget to like, rate, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.